I usually play support, and once I start playing offline, I gained a lot of MMR. My win rate is much higher. So I use the heroes that I have good win rate with. Currently, I have Ogre and Dazzle is my best heroes in offline, and Ogre is a much higher win rate. So I'm gonna see how to play this as offline. Like depends on the enemy heroes. The item choice will differ. Like for example, if there are illusion heroes in enemy heroes, you buy the return damage. If there is a slug in the game, you have to be disabling. Like you have to have a lot of stun or something like that. If there's an anti match, you have to go full tanky because uh, the mana doesn't work anymore. You don't like if you buy Aghanim and um, Aghanim and other stuff that you need mana to use, it's going to be useless because you cannot fight longer with aim. So depends on the enemy heroes. You have to buy that. You have to buy items. And now let's see what people are saying about it. So how to play Offlane Ogre? I recently got a new rare for Ogre. I want to play him more, but I pretty exclusively play PS3. I know it's a silly reason to want to add a new hero to pool, but I wanted to know how viable Offlane Ogre is nowadays. What's the best thing to do? Is rushing Midas is still a good idea? Should I be going all in activables that can multicast or going for a more right click build? So in my opinion, Midas is a must for Ogre because of the multicast. You have the return value is a lot. So going Midas, it should be a must for the Ogre. And other than that, the multicast item, it depends on the enemy. So now let's see what people are saying about it. How does this work? I'm curious. Early game Ogre is already really tanky with high armor and health regen. Stacking mangoes give him a lot of HP regen as well as mana to spam but ignite in lane. Buying Midas is still a very good idea. I would argue its core. I recommend getting a couple of nulls before getting Midas. You often want to skip Bloodlust or just put 1 point to it. You max ignite, have big spike with level 10 talent, ignite, especially if you have it maxed. If you are null or 2, you can bully most carries with ignite and your best stats, but you have to play way different for heroes with dispels, disjoints, or reflect. Yeah, so I have agree with this one. Like usually, I buy this one Soul Ring. Soul Ring, since Ogre has a lot of health, you can constantly use it and cast the spell that will get the enemy carry out of the lane. So that's best. But when you are playing against AM, you have to be casting stun before start casting ignite, because if you just cast ignite, the casting time is longer. He's gonna reflect it. So that's why he's mentioning this. You need to either bait the problem spell before casting it or stun them, then cast it. Pump faking the spells is very useful here. Luckily in pubs, people expect early Ogre picks to be PS5, so many 1 to 5 player won't pick to counter it as much. In CM games, you often want to pick it later if the enemy knows it may likely to be a 3. But I would recommend picking it as a third, 3 or fourth choice, because I usually pick Dazzle or Ogre as a first pick, thinking enemy would think it's a support hero, but like enemy carries get to pick third and fourth choice, and they see you as a support, and they try, since they don't have anything to counter, they're gonna counter you, and since you are carry, you got countered. So it's better to pick later than earlier. In that way, you don't get countered. Luckily, people and always ban. In my experience, always ban AM first. Um, Even illusion heroes are a little bit manageable, but AM is terrible. Luckily in pubs, Ogre picks to be PS5. So many on won't pick to counter as much. I am a big component of double null Midas Aether Aegis, criminally underrated. So I don't. So I don't usually go for the Aether lens because you take one slot for it and you don't become tanky, but I see people suggesting it. Let's see if it's a good idea because I usually avoid it and I try rather buy the blink stun, blink strength blink. But maybe going for both of, like, as a support I buy Aether Lens, at the same time I buy the blink and strength blink as well. So it depends. Maybe both of them are good. Good. Aether can be skipped, but I really like it to give it a shot. If you plan on going blink, consider skipping it though. X is overvalued and overbought, and a lot of new players get baited into just trying to build every item with a multicastable active, which is a bait. So his build is flexible and you often should be getting items like BKB, Siva, Lotus, Hellbird and utility picks after ages, but there are no clear guide for what you need to be good at itemizing for the game. I don't think Aegis is undervalued. It's a core ogre can get it as much as faster time without hindering itself. Earlier you get it, the stronger it is. Yeah, if you get Aegis faster, it's good. That's why, Aether Lens might be helpful because you need to have mana regen to cast it both of them, because if you have Aegis and double stun, you need a lot of mana for it. So having Aether Lens help you with the mana regen. And the good thing about Aether Lens is initially you can buy mana boots, then convert it into Aether Lens. In that way, you have no mana problems. Uh, okay. I'm playing. Okay, now let's look at this one. I usually dominate with PS3. I always get mana boots before midas. You need to be able to spam ignite always when you're lane, as always. Yeah, you either buy the mana boots or soul ring. I usually buy the soul ring because if you buy soul ring, you can constantly cast stun and the ignite at the same time. But mana boots, I am not sure. As always, if your lawn is going to skip metas, I should be trying manas as well, because I completely avoid mana boots and I go for soul ring and cast both of them. Let's see. So what's the starter? Okay, so here Aether metas a Atos or Blink, Shard, Octane, Sheepstick. Hmm? Oh, oh, oh no. Yeah. So I would say having Aether is okay, but Atos is bad. If you are playing POS3, the blink dagger allows you to become tanky because you can upgrade it to strength blink, but Atos does nothing, just help you capture the enemy, but you won't be tanky as much. Shard, Octarine, Sheepstick. Okay. Age is better late game item than Octarine, especially if you go CD direction, neutral. Total followed by mana burst, Midas way to go, you're winning the lane. You don't need to be ready to bunch of mana. Play with Blink's Vanguard Hood, whichever applies these priorities. Aether Lens if you have Blink for pickoffs. I grab a Null, Soul Ring, then Face. Okay, this seems good. A Null Talisman, I don't usually buy that. I should practice buying that as well. Null, Soul Ring, then Face, but this is one I go for. Take care of mana problem, and now every tanky for the laning stage from the spam as well. Every time Soul Ring is off CD, you should spam ignite and stun, then run them down with right clicks. From there, it's very open. Aether Lens is strong standard item, but sometimes you need to blink as a grabbing an Atos. If you have strong right click, Hellbird is great. Some games I don't even get Midas. It's an amazing item. That's perfect for Ogre, but you can do your job without it. If you have it to get another item for a certain time, as the other comment, sometimes build tanky, sometimes you need to build catch or initiation or build to shut down or certain hero. He's awesome and hands down he has the best shit in the game. So spam those two. How do you sustain HP soldering without HP regen item? The best way. Yeah, that's the thing. Like soldering doesn't have a problem because even if I use it, I get healed constantly. So I have a good. Ogre has a good highest regen, so healing is not a problem. So this is the idea. Like I will for me this one sounds like best idea. Going a null, soldering, then face boots. That's all the mana problem. Okay. The good thing about soldering is you can cast the stun and the ignite at the same time, and every time it's called down, you cast both of them and then start hitting them. That way, enemy heroes will leave your lane. Then I had to focus on buying the other items. I usually skip Aetherlands, but it's actually a good one. And I would prefer Blink more than Aetos. Maybe Aetos is good. Who knows? I never tried it, but I better buy the Blinks after that. Aetherlands and after that Blink, and after that if there's a strong right click, like if there's a slug or something, you need to have this halberd. Okay, if you are dealing with slug or life stealer, you need the halberd. And other than that, sometimes you build tanky, sometimes you need to catch initiation or build shutdown items. So the thing is, if your team is doing poorly, you have to build tanky. If your team is winning, you have to build catching. That's the thing you have to consider. Like if your team is like feeding, dying, go full tanky. If you're winning a lot, then go catching. Like what do you call, going, even if your catching is become tanky because you buy the Academic Scepter and then Octarine Core, you have a lot of health, and if you buy hard, you are unkillable. So that's basically it. I hope you guys found this video helpful. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. See you guys on my next video.